Hey, what's up, guys? Books Nelson here, back with another video. Today we'll be going over these KD and Team USA cards as well with the Summit collection. Let's try and get them all done in one video. Because we got a lot of cards I think we can get through real quick. So Darius Garland has his own shot. Mostly great SIGs, to be honest with you, but he is 6'1" with a 6'1" wingspan, which is absolutely brutal. Will he be able to score? Yes, he has enough good animations and his shot's going to be very fast that he will be able to score, especially if you get used to his upper. But will he be good or anything like that? Obviously not, guys. It's almost August and we're talking about a 6'1" point guard. That is what it is. But he will be able to score. And if you want to go out there and just cook with the card, that is something you will 100% be able to do. Let's go over to Scoot Henderson. Did he get a jump shot change? He did not. I actually think Garland is probably better than Scoot, because Scoot's jumper, I think, holds him back from really being able to play. It's just, an awkward kind of hang jumper from what I remember. I remember playing with the card and be like, oh my God, this is like tough with the Galaxy Opal. Could not even really have fun with the card. Maybe you guys have a different experience. I will say the rest of these animations look absolutely fantastic. Again, we're not going to spend too much time on a 6'2" point guard, but he does have a 6'9" wingspan, which does help. It does help. It's going to help him get shot contests. So if you are a fan of Scoot, I know he struggled in his rookie year, but if you're a Blazers fan or a fan of Scoot, look at all the painting they're doing on this. That's funny. Then I can't stop you from using them. But for 99% of the population, this is a terrible card that they released. Bridges, let's see. Any changes? No, his shot is the same. So somebody was saying, well, it's going to be on very quick, so we have to see what that's like. I was playing with him in Play Now, the regular, because I was gonna put him on the Knicks because the rosters aren't updated, and I was looking at that shot. I was like, this is brutal. I do remember using this pink diamond. It wasn't as bad, but I just don't think that this card, I don't think this jumper allows him to play, quite frankly. Look, 6'6", 7'2" wingspan. He's got solid animations across the board, so that should be pretty good. Pro 2 leaner, Nikola Jokic hop jumper. He is a usable card. Like most of these cards that are released now, he's usable. But if you've been watching this channel, you know what my metric is. And if you have been watching this channel, please like and subscribe if you have not already. Does he play over Ricky Davis and Klay Thompson, who are both, Ricky Davis is free outright. Klay Thompson is, you can get him off of the wheel spin for free. And if you get the pro pass, if your pro money spent for $10, in addition to everything else you get, you also get to choose Klay Thompson if you want. That is the card I recommend choosing out of the 100 overalls. I think Klay's absolutely fantastic. And I do not, the 100 overall Klay, by the way, I do not think this card plays over 100 overall Klay any day of the week. But maybe you guys have a different experience with that jumper, and he has a chance to play for you. For me, I still have him behind guys like Dr. J and Ron Artest, and certainly that 200 MT Michael Beasley that just came out. All right, so we're gonna hold Kevin Durant for a second. We're gonna go ahead and look at the 100 overalls first. And yeah, this is going pretty quickly, so I think we'll be able to get through everybody in this one video. But it's smarter to make two videos as a YouTuber. But I don't want to spend a ton of time on those two Team USA duplicate cards. Okay, so same shot. So I think Marc Gasol at the end of the day is gonna be solid. 255. I don't think he can do the proper behind the back, but he'll be able to move just fine. The Jokic hop jumper is going to help him out a lot. Pro 2 leaner is going to help him out a lot. So this is a solid power forward. That's it though. He's a solid power forward. I think he fits in with a lot of the rest of the 100 overall power forwards who don't have an elite jumper, right? So he's got solid size. He's going to move pretty well. But his shot is nothing to write home about. Pretty much everybody had the Opal because he was free. And while he was a good card, the shot took some, getting used to. And I don't know if you want to get back to that learning curve here in late July. All right, Pau Gasol, did your shot get changed? It did not. His shot, I think I haven't seen it on very quick because I didn't use the Opal. So if you guys use the Opal, you can know better than me. But I know that the Evo card, that Amethyst, that shot, it was brutally slow. He had no chance of playing at all whatsoever. I'm going to say it's still going to be the same kind of situation. I just don't think. I mean, look, 7 foot 7'4" wingspan is solid. Not elite, but solid for the power forward position. Maybe he can kind of hold his own at the center position, but Pro 2 leaner helps out a lot. Jokic hop jumper helps out a lot. Again, same SIGs basically as everybody else. He does have basic breakdown moves, which is pretty bad. Kobe signature size up is fine, but he's an okay card. Is it worth locking in? Nope. And that's really the theme of this whole thing, and why I'm kind of going through it relatively quickly, because this whole collection looks like a pass. Like everybody except for Shai. This is a Shai or bust collection so far. Manu, I actually do want to look at his animations compared to his Opal, because his Opal, I clicked the wrong Manu. His Opal was pretty fun. I don't think he plays. I don't think he's competitive, but you see here there are some majorly large upgrades to his defense and his athleticism and his slashing even, right? Like standing dunk goes up 34 points plus 14. So statistically, obviously the 100 overall is a massive upgrade, but and he did get a big upgrade in the jumper as well, because that quickly base is quite fast. And then he gets the Jokic hop jumper. He keeps with that Pro 2 leaner. I actually think that Manu's a pretty solid point guard. He gets Trey escape over to Paul George. That's a big upgrade. Kobe size up. Kobe breakdown moves. I don't know why we're still getting this. This sucks. Stop with the Kobe breakdown moves. Kobe's breakdown moves are not good. We love Kobe. We don't love his breakdown moves. Not the breakdown moves you guys chose, all right? John Wall moving crossover is absolutely elite. Moving step back Chris Paul's elite. So yeah, I mean, I imagine he's probably got the Jamal Murray. I don't remember what he had before, but it's probably Jamal Murray now. I hope it is. They don't always do that though. Sometimes it's that weird, really slow one. So we'll see what the pro behind the back is on the card. But yeah, he's gonna. This is a. I think actually Manu's pretty good. I think if you lock in for Manu and you get Manu, nothing to cry about. Like, is he the biggest point guard in the world? No, but I think he's pretty solid. To be honest with you, I don't think this card is terrible. You know what's funny? This Manu is the level of what a good Dark Matter would have been. Right? Like if he was just a Dark Matter, he'd be a W. But as a lock-in, I still think he's actually a L. Maybe a lowercase L, but still an L. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, nothing really to say here. Shai's incredible. He's been incredible all year. He's going to be incredible once again. He's basically just going to be the Dark Matter with some statistical and badge upgrades that I won't say he needed, but, they'll be nice to have. Yeah, the animations are exactly the same here with his other one. Let's see what the attribute upgrades really look like. So the strength, honestly, that strength is what this is all about. Because the rest of these stat upgrades, I don't think you feel most of them, to be honest with you. This is just an excuse to use Shai longer if you, for some reason, you stop using him, which you probably shouldn't have. Because even with the strength at an 88, with the shoe, he got to 92, which is perfectly fine for a point guard. The Dark Matter Shai card was pretty much perfect when he came out, and when he dropped, we knew he'd have the ability to play at the end of the year. And the only way to upgrade this Shai is with a better base. If you give him Patty, T-Mac, maybe even MPJ, something like that, quickly, one of the faster bases to just speed his shot up a little bit, that would have helped him out. But he didn't need the help. They also didn't improve it. Well, no, he's got the hop jumper, trade leaner. Yeah, I mean, this card's amazing. He's been amazing all year. He's going to be amazing now. But this is a lot closer to a duplicate card than, I don't want to say I expected, because this is just, season of the duplicates. That's what season 8 is. Is that what we're in? So that's not surprising at all. So yet another duplicate card. Speaking of duplicate cards, let's run through all of these KDs. So we'll first get the bootleg KD. Somebody was joking. Okay, so in the other card art, there was a lot of the OKC KDs that they were showing. Yeah, but he does have the other uniforms. Somebody in my comments mentioned that. Shout out to them. All right, so we're going to look at all of the different animations KD has, and we're also going to look at his Team USA card as well. All righty. So first of all, this should be the more bootleg KD, right? Let's see animations. So his base, very quick. His leaner, right? Michael Jordan dribble style, his size up. The thing about KD is KD has good default animations. So he doesn't really need the animation love the way a lot of other cards do, because he has good movement animations. His escape is pretty good. It's one of the escapes you use in my career. As long as he has that Michael Jordan dribble style, like the KD signature size up, they all fit him. And I kept stressing this before, where it's like, if you like, and he's got Pro 3 post fade, which is awesome. If you like Kevin Durant cards, he's a very signature card. So there are people who like this card and people who would prefer a more standard card, right? If you're a KD user, then, you know, his animations are great, to be honest with you. You can, what I'm trying to say is, like, if you learn the card, he's awesome. But if you don't want to learn the card, I understand why, because he's doing his own thing. So let's see, what's wrong with this card? This is the free one. So my guess was going to be that the free card would be pretty good. Okay, they did give him Immovable Enforcer on gold, so they didn't troll him. His strength is an 84. So with this card, if you run a shoe in Popovich, you're fine, right? That speed's going to be all the way up there. Honestly, I think this KD is pretty good. I think this the free, as I anticipated, because his pink diamond is pretty, like, a good card for where he is. So, you know, knowing they were going to probably default to the opal. In fact, let's go ahead and look at that opal and look at the distance between him and the opal there. So let's see. Now he has so many cards. This is so bad. God, I hope they don't do this next year, man. This was like really disgraceful. Okay, let's see. So he's, as anticipated, he's very, very close to the Galaxy Opal, right? These stat upgrades don't mean much at all. What about badge upgrades? Did he get anything significant? Let's look at next gen. Hall of Fame Green Machine is actually a nice upgrade, to be honest with you. That's pretty good. Hall of Fame Slithery is also a nice upgrade. So these are very minor, very marginal upgrades. This is basically, oh, his shot goes from quick to very quick. That's actually pretty cool. And his dribble style goes from normal to Michael Jordan. Actually quite significant upgrades when you really look at it. These are pretty good upgrades to the opal. This is the kind of upgrade you would like to see to the opal, with the exception of the attributes didn't quite go up, but they didn't really need to, because he had a 98 3-pointer, 98 midi. Right, he already had a 96 speed. This card was already rather juiced. Again, if you like Kevin Durant cards, and upgrade that is given to this card that you might not think about is the new coaches. Right, you didn't have he doesn't need Ionescu, but you didn't have Popovich and Asia Wilson and Phil Jackson, the new Dark Matter Phil Jackson, to put on this Galaxy Opal. Now you have those +6 coaches to pair with this card to really get him to where you need to be. And quite frankly, I think this card is quite good. One of the best free Dark Matters we've gotten. So he definitely is a must get if you're a Kevin Durant fan. And let's compare him to this Dark Matter here. In fact, let's go ahead and let's go back to this one and do the comparison over here. I do want to see what's really different. So we know the SIGs are going to be different, but I'm curious if that leaner is going to be different. All right, so let's see. Statistically, he's just got a nice overall coating of like solid upgrades. But again, I think outside of the block, which you will feel, I don't think you'll notice the rest of this stuff. Like a 98 to a 99.3. I'm sorry to say, but if you ain't hit with a 98.3, that 99.3 ain't gonna come in and save you. I think the nature of the KD card, because of his high release, he was already able to hit the leaners, and most people are running a coach with a 3+3 anyway. Although at this point in the year, it's not quite as necessary unless you're running your Yao Mings that have it a little lower, or if you have like the free Giannis that helps him out a lot. But anyway, standing dunk is good because he can standing stick dunk. He is 6'10", which is a lie, by the way. Kevin Durant's not 6'10". We need to stop perpetrating that nonsense. But yeah, he'll be able to standing dunk with the meter better than this one, which helps a lot. Not a lot, but it's a nice thing to have. I don't know how much meter standing dunks you're really doing with this card or in this form of the game, but he can do it a little better. But even the strength is just a +7 to an 84, which is nice. You know, it's nice, but with Popovich, he doesn't need it as much. Animation wise, let's see what he's doing. So shooting wise, he's the same. But see, shout out to Carlo, right? Carlo, here you go, bro. The KD leaner is on the free one. The Pro 2 is on the other joint. Now listen, he's got all of the elite SIGs on this side, and a lot of people are going to look at this and go, oh, this one's like way, way better. Honestly, if you use the in and out tech that we found on this channel, link in the description below, you can dribble just fine with these SIGs. It's the same as the Luka. you don't need the quote unquote elite SIGs to move in an elite way in this game. This is not 2K19, where there was basically one or at best two options at every slot for your signature animations. There are, in some cases, 5, 6, 7 good options. Take it from a person who's been studying dribbling all year, plays point guard in the rec. There's many options, many ways to skin the cat in this game when it comes to movement and dribbling. So while, say for instance, I would have preferred the John Wall moving step back to the James Harden, yes. But the James Harden snap back off the L2 cancel is really, really good, right? So I'm not complaining about that. I think that's actually quite good. His hesitation versus Chris Paul, if you have the in and out tech, doesn't affect you at all, right? So it really comes down to how you move in the game and your skill level in the game, because we know now enough about the dribbling that we don't have to be trapped by these SIGs, because universal dribbles make every card better, and he's going to benefit from that a lot because his signature animations do have value. When people have low dribble, a lot of his animations, when they have a low dribble attribute, a lot of his animations make it into their builds. So, and that's for good reason, because they're quite effective. Okay, badge wise, he is, they're pretty close. Listen, the free dark matter is all you need. Like, back down Punisher is a nice badge. I don't know how much you're using it. It's a nice badge. So this guy's better in the post. Giant Slayer at 6'10", it's somewhat relevant because of all the giants that are in the game now, so that would have been nice. But again, Giant Slayer shots are generally not even good shots. So what you're trying to do is get the open space and stick dunk on people. That's like the skill, the more efficient way to score, as it were. Defensively, he's got some badges you could throw on him for sure. With I would definitely put the brick wall rebound chaser, but you need to put these rebounding badges on him for sure, especially if you want the option to play him at the 4. But these are badges you can just give him, right? Like, because he doesn't need a ton of badges, so you can easily afford all of the badges that you need to give him. But yeah, I think these cards are stylistically a little different, but in effectiveness, I actually think they're quite close. That's my opinion on that comparison. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the 100 overall. What is different about you, sir? Same shot, same thing. And again, if you like the Kevin Durant leaner, then this is actually a downgrade for your particular style, but same difference here to the dark matter. Not really. I don't think you're going to be feeling these differences because the dark matter is already really, really good in most of these areas. This is definitely a duplicate card central right here, where, let me see if we can find anything, because it's all in the post moves and standing dunk. And 90 to 99 standing dunk is irrelevant. Athletically, listen, a 99 strength is obviously better than a 91, but with a coach and a shoe, it's the same attribute. Like, the shoe and the coach can get you to meet each other halfway, and like passing vision, come on, man. So these cards are very, very similar. Very similar. In fact, I'd go as far as to say blindfold test, like if somebody just loaded both cards into a game, I don't think you'd be able to tell which one was which if the icons were hidden. If you couldn't tell one had the 100 overall icon and one had the dark matter icon, I think 99% of your plays are going to be exactly the same on both sides of the floor. Maybe this card just makes the occasional play. But this, if they were both on the marketplace, right? Like if you could buy them and say this guy was 100K MT, or well, let's go modern prices, right? Like let's say he was 300K MT and they had a one-time 400K MT, I'd still save the 100K MT and buy this guy. That's how close I think these cards are. And I would say save your money on both of them and get the get the one that's in the marketplace if you're comfortable with those 6. All right, and let's go ahead for our last bit of real Kevin Durant. We're gonna look at the GOAT card just to be thorough, but I want to compare him to the 100 overall, and it is another duplicate card. Awesome, great job, guys. Great job. Just copy paste content. Sweet. We love it. We love copy paste content. We love seeing that the creation team is on 2K25 and still charging incredible prices for packs with infinitesimal odds on pulling the cards you want. But this is not a complaint video. This is a breakdown video, so we're going to keep it moving. Before we get out of here with the KD stuff, we'll look at the GOAT card just to see what they did. And they gave him Ben Shepherd, Oscar Robertson. So the good news is, obviously, that's an incredible release. Not the best release they could have given him, but it's a really, really good release. The bad news is, I don't know if this card really feels like Kevin Durant. He doesn't have any KD SIGs except for his free throw and his spin jumper. So I don't know. Sure thing, guys. All right, let's keep it moving. So now we can go to the Team USA cards, and once again, we will run through these real quick. So let's go ahead and grab the short guys first. I'll include Ray Allen in that because Ray has a pretty small player model. All right. So, Russ, did you get any animation upgrades? You did not. Same jumper, keeping it moving. So you know what he's going to be, right? Like, you can look at his dark matter. And we can look at the side-by-side here. And the plus 74 shot IQ is what's taking this card from a dark matter to 100 overall. And then the post moves. This is the same card. It's basically the identical card to his dark matter card. There's a few badges he has that are really nice, like the open looks is going to help. But with the same jumper, he's going to feel the same. That's it at the end of the day. Same card. Chris Paul, listen, man. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to keep it moving. It's a Chris Paul card. Zach LaVine, really liked his dark matter, actually. I don't know if I'm in the minority there, but I thought people thought his dark matter was a troll card. I actually think his dark matter is quite good. And this is actually a solid upgrade over his dark matter. Defense is way better with that interior D, plus 10, perimeter plus 7, block plus 19. A lot of it goes to post moves. Offensively, he was already quite good, so that's irrelevant. But yeah, even like the pass accuracy going to 99 at the point guard position, you're going to feel that. Strength going way up. So this is a very nice statistical upgrade over this Zach LaVine. Animations, no surprise, absolutely identical across the board. But yeah, I think this Zach LaVine card is actually pretty good. I like this Zach LaVine card, and I would definitely, as far as smaller point guards go, I'd play him because he's going to dunk out of his mind. I really like his shot. 6'8" wingspan, pretty solid at that size. I think he fits in well with your PGs. I don't think he's the best of those cards, but I do think he's quite good. Yeah. Now, I will say this. He does have a few not elite dribbles, like the movement behind the back and stuff like that. My favorite small guard I have personally played so far. Now, I haven't played all of the best small guards in the game, but my personal favorite out of all of them has been Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal felt absolutely perfect for me when I played him. And he's a small guard that I feel really confident in being able to score in. I would feel confident in Zach too, but at this point in the year, I'm done with the Curry slide. I need the elite behind the backs here on out. But I do think Zach has a lot of other good things going for him that he doesn't have to rely on that behind the back. That's the big difference, is that he has a lot going for him. He has a great shot, great pull up. But yeah, that is a weakness. I wouldn't put him like extremely high tier for small point guards, but I think he's more than usable and pretty fun card. Ray Allen, let's see. Kyle Korver, lower base. Did he have that before? I think he did have that before. Let me see. Let's compare him to Regal Ray. Shout out to the At Me Bro Show fans out there who get that reference. So yeah, he's going to be very similar to the Regal card, which I have literally never seen anyone use in a while. Although I will say, defensively, those are really big upgrades. Going to the 100 overall. Interior defense plus 14, block plus 19. That's a massive upgrade. So if you are a Ray Allen fan and his defense was holding you back from using him, now you're good to go, because this is a night and day shift defensively. And that's what really matters here with the card. Everything else is exactly the same. Offensively, he's going to be identical. So if you didn't like him offensively, you're not going to like him now. He's got a lot of good stuff going for him, though, SIGs wise, for sure. He can definitely cook. But yeah, so solid card from Ray Allen. Again, Ray a little undersized, but he can play the point guard, so that's awesome as well. All right, and now we go to the medium-sized players, which again, I don't think they got any animation upgrades here. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go straight to, so these cards, we all know what these cards bring to the table. They all have dark matters in the game, I believe, that are already very, very good at what they do. So Paul George, he doesn't need any upgrades. Paul George is already awesome. So Yeah, he's Paul George. Let's just double check and make sure he didn't get any animation upgrades. So we stay thorough here on this channel. You see these statistical upgrades. None of this matters at all whatsoever. This is just, fluff. Even with him, the +6 interior, it looks good on paper theoretically, but the way Paul George plays defense, I don't think you feel it. He already played defense above his head. He's one of those cards. He does have the John Wall moving crossover over the Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell actually has a decent moving crossover, but this is a nice little upgrade. And he goes up to the Kyrie Irving dribble style over the Michael Jordan dribble style, which, depending on who you are, it's an upgrade. Kyrie's obviously elite, but I think Michael's actually elite as well. Plenty of reasons to like and use Michael Jordan's dribble style, especially if you have that in and out tech to improve your dribbling in all dribble styles. So yeah, Paul George, he's been excellent all year since I honestly think even his Ruby cards are pretty good, right? So for their level. So yeah, Paul George, absolutely fantastic. And he's going to be he's just a little bit more fantastic here. But if you have the dark matter, you're fine. Draymond, did you get, nope, same shot. We're out of here. Sorry, Draymond. We're going to keep it moving, buddy. That shot is just a little too brutal for Draymond. He's going to play great defense. He's going to go to the basket. He's going to be fine with the passing. Animations, he's going to be fine. But that shot is unusable at this point in the year. It's just way too baited. Chris Middleton, I think his shot is just shy of too baited. It's definitely... It's funny. I was watching Decentric the other day, and he was on his No Money Spent. He's basically saying, I just don't have any cards without a baited jumper. Like, I don't have anybody with an elite release. And I think that's the thing with Chris Middleton is if you have other cards on the floor who have elite releases, you can play Chris Middleton in more of a catch and shoot context. But if you need him at the 2 guard to and I would definitely play him at the 2, although he has 6'10" wingspan, he can play the 3 a little bit. But if you have him at the 2, Pro Tool Leaner is going to help out. Jokic upgrade is very nice. I think his jumper is just a little on the slow side for him to be your main guy. That's the main thing. He does get Kyrie Irving dribble style, John Wall crossover. So he gets some nice upgrades. Moving Hezzy from Larry Bird to Chris Paul is going to move more fluidly as far as that goes. So this is a solid upgrade over the dark matter for sure. Not an incredible upgrade over the dark matter, but very solid. But yeah, we're going to keep it moving. All right, so Jimmy Butler, no shot upgrade, which is fine. Jimmy Butler is going to be Jimmy Butler. I think Dark Matter Jimmy Butler was this close to basically being perfect as far as Jimmy Butler cards can go. And Jimmy Butler has been the same place all year where he's in that right behind everybody else tier for his archetype. So if at the top of his archetype was the Dr. J's and the Ron Artests and the Glenn Rice's, right? Glenn's a little bit taller, but like at that 6'7" height, Jimmy was right behind those guys. Great defense, great moving shot, a little bit on the slow side off the catch and shoot. Not quite as good with the behind the back into the shot, but very smooth off the leaner and stuff like that. So if you use Jimmy the right way, then Jimmy was excellent. And I think it's going to be the same story here with Jimmy. These upgrades, I don't think you feel any of this too much. Standing dunk at a 99 is going to be great. If you're under the basket, you might get some cheese out of him. But outside of that, I mean, this all felt fine and where the coach was already going to be way up there. Let's go ahead and look at the badges. Open looks is a big upgrade. And then he's just got a lot more Hall of Fame badges. I do think with this many Hall of Fame badges, you will feel like, ooh, this guy just feels like a better card, right? He just feels like a better card than this Jimmy Butler, who is still playable, in my opinion. He's not an unplayable version. Let's see, movement-wise, he goes from Pro Escape. I don't know if he had his own escape. I think he did. Jimmy Butler's escape is excellent. To Trey Escape, also excellent. Donovan Mitchell to John Wall, that same transition. Moving spin, he gets Penny Hardaway. Moving heads, he gets Chris Paul. So some nice upgrades across the board. But he loses the Devin Booker leaner for the Pro 2. I really, really, really like the Devin Booker leaner with Jimmy Butler's jumper. I think it's a really great blend with this right here. And I'm not saying I would use the Dark Matter over the Invincible, but if I was just trying to use Jimmy Butler and I had to spend resources to get the Invincible, even if he was pretty attainable, I would not make this upgrade. Me personally, I'm not saying it's not an upgrade. It is. But I wouldn't do it because in Booker leaner I trust with this particular jumper. But yeah, he's fine. I mean, I can't call him an exact duplicate card, but yeah. And now we go finally to the bigs to wrap all of this up. All right, we'll start with Boogie. Did you get a shot upgrade? Nope. So he's just going to be a Boogie Cousin card. Look, we love the Jokic hop jumper. That's awesome. Normal leaner. At this point in the year, you love to see one of the elite leaners here. But he always moved well since his Galaxy Opal. I thought his Opal was underrated. I think a lot of people caught on to like that his Opal was pretty good. But his jumper was good for the time. But then everybody ran past him, and it is what it is. I think, honestly, at 6'10" at the power forward, 7'5" wingspan, I think he's borderline unplayable at this time of the year. I think he just feels a little too sluggish. His jumper's not fast enough. I think there are a million power forwards you would use above him. So we're going to keep it moving on him. KD, we already went through, actually. Lamar Odom, you get any upgrades, buddy? No. But, actually, he didn't get any upgrades to the jumper. But let's see. I actually have this Dark Matter, I think, on my main account. So, and he's fine. He's pretty solid. So solid upgrades from that standpoint. I mean, moves exactly the same. So this is a duplicate card. Basically a duplicate card with just a minor dusting of attribute and badge upgrades. But looking at these, I don't think you even feel the difference. This is basically an identical card. So another dupe card, Karl Malone. Insert 13 joke here. Not like us. And we're gonna look at these animations. So, I mean, same thing. If you like Karl Malone cards, then shame on you. I'm kidding. But yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's another Karl Malone card, basically identical, and nothing to see here. So that content idea. Oof. I would love to see who came up with that and like what they were thinking. So DeAndre Jordan, he's got the same jumper. So if you didn't like his jumper before, bad news. But obviously he is going to have that 99 3 ball. 6'11", 7'6" wingspan. We do like that. 265. I wonder what this player model looks like, if it's the same player model, because I feel like some of DeAndre Jordan's player models just never quite looked large enough for me. Like he always looked more like a power forward than a center, just visually. Even though statistically he looks like he should look bigger, just never seen that big on the court for me. But he's got basic size up, so screw this card. He doesn't play at all, so he has no chance of playing. So yeah, honestly, there are so many duplicates, and I'm gonna leave it here. There are so many duplicates and small cards in this collection. I say get that free KD and just keep it moving. Do not pull or lock in for the Shea. He's too close to the Dark Matter. I do not think that the upgrade from the Dark Matter to this card is worth a single MT coin out of your collection. And outside of that, yeah, I don't think any of these cards, this is literally just a duplicate collection. So if you have any versions of any of these cards, none of them are like, oh, I got to get the new version. They're all like, oh, that's nice. But most of the time you won't feel it. Occasionally, maybe you'll go, oh, that feels a little better than the other card. Once every 10 games, they'll make a play that the other card wouldn't have made. But, again, the thing is, and I'll say this last thing. When the animations don't get upgraded and the stats are just going from like 91 to 95 and 95 to 99, the thing about that is it's not just the coach and the shoe, it's also the takeover, right? Takeover raises your statistics as well. So because there are so many things that raise your attributes, when they come out with these duplicate cards and the card was already 95, 93, 96 in so many categories, you're not going to really feel that with all the ways that my team and just 2K in general has to upgrade your statistics. Between the coach and the shoe and the takeover, a lot of it you don't really feel. So these cards, until they start upgrading these animations, and we're almost in August, right? Like the next game's coming out in just about a month. So they got to start upgrading everybody's animations. And look, they're out of ideas. Once they upgrade animations, everybody's going to be running around with the same basic juice teams and stuff like that. But they painted themselves into the corner. That's not our fault, right? We're not going to go on a long rant about that, but this is actually not even a rant. This is just me explaining my analysis, right? So my analysis is, I think if you have the dark matter versions of basically all of these cards, with the obvious exceptions like GOAT, KD, and stuff like that, you know, either the cards are just not that great, like the Gasol brothers, or they're super close to their previous versions. With the except, I mean, you know, again, Mikal Bridges, he's different, but he's not that great, right? Russ, you're not going to feel a difference. Zach LaVine, better defensively, and that's the theme, like, across the board. A few of the cards are like, oh, okay, he can play defense now. But outside of that, and a few leaner changes, there's really nothing to see here. So, yeah, I think this week, if you're playing college football, keep playing college football. Maybe go see Wolverine Deadpool. You can chill this weekend. Don't even have to bother with the deluxe pack because there's no reward from the deluxe pack you really care about. Maybe you get a KD. But if you want the KD leaner, then you want the free one anyway. So, yeah, that's it with this collection, guys. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. As always, thank you so much for your support, and peace.